Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Aries Sky Ridley's video blog. I'm going to let you know that I took one of these today. That's right, I had to go, and Chloe was being a complete cranko. I turned to Chloe and I said, listen here, where are they? There was like a stack of 50 of them in her room, and I said, give one. She's like, mate, you're probably going to be negative. Nope. Turns out when I was in the hospital gave me the newest variant. So I'm now under quarantine for 10 days. You're asymptomatic every time. Thing is, she comes back negative every time when I'm positive. So let's go down the list of everything on the, for you noobs out there, because I put in a few new items on the wish list. Compass is one of them. Another one I put in was a knife. The blade's 7 inches. That's average. I did put in some survival kits. If you need a survival kit that has everything, from scissors to, everything. A little medical kit and everything else.
Okay, there's steam coming from this. Does that mean it's done?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just turn it down to low or off. And anyways, I'm teaching Chloe how to do soup. Another thing that I added to the list from the last time I talked to you is Vienna sausages. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like Vienna sausages, but I put some of this in here for Chloe to...
You want a spoon, or are you just going to drink it?
I'm going to have a spoon, small spoon, not the large spoon.
Fine.
So anyways, one of the things that I wanted to share with you all is Vienna sausages is something that I choose for people who like Vienna sausages. That's something that's added on the list.
Why do I call them Vienna sausages?
Because they look like little German sausages. Vienna sausages came from Vienna, Austria. They were like little sausages. Another thing that I added was chunky canned chicken breast in water. Now, chicken breast in water makes a dang good, tasty meal, by the way. We're talking real good meals. So,
here we go. Here's your soup. Watch, don't spill it.
Damn.
I gotta get dishes done, trash out.
So basically, another one, like I said, is Vienna sausages, chicken breasts. I added several brands. They have chicken breast, chicken. I also put tuna. A lot of people say, well, what's with the tuna? The tuna's the tuna.
Oh, shit, I got a problem with this one. Oh, I'll fix it. Houston, we have... Oh, fuck.
I guess the generic brand of tomato soup isn't that tasty. No, it's not. It's my taste buds too, by the way.
Okay, where's the camera?
I was talking to Higgins earlier about taste buds. I said everything was wonky last night. Last night I was okay, and then this morning I was feeling like crap. So apparently my taste buds weren't really tasting the chicken last night I had. So I told Dad I was in the hospital and it got me sick. He's like, yeah, the coronavirus is everywhere. So another thing I added was canned shrimp, canned oysters, packaged mackerel fillets, and crab meat. So those are some of the stuff that's a little more money, but if you don't like tuna, you can always go with crab. The shrimp's cheap because you can actually use it in po' boys. There's oyster and oil smoked oysters. I did kipper snacks. The prices are going up, but I do want to talk about pricing for a minute. As long as you, the voters, go and vote in droves for whatever candidate you want, we, the people, are going to be suffering miserably when it comes to these prices. I mean, I've never seen 24 cans of something going for like $60. I was just telling Chloe, she bought some of that, those kicking crabs at the store. They were like $8 a can. And she's like, ain't know how much they are on Amazon. Well, when they're in stock, they're like $130 for like 24. So think of it, $130. So I made a joke with her. easy on the crab soup, man. Then she got kind of pissy, but she doesn't realize, that all these people are worried. There's several things that people are worried about. And that is our democracy. Now, I think that's going to fuel why we're prepping, by the way. Telling you, I don't know. So anyways, we got scallops, we got clams, baby clams, smoked oysters. I put anchovies and sardines for you all that like those. Higgins apparently ate some stuff. Another thing that's on the list besides compasses is portable TVs. Me and Higgins have been looking for a TV that runs on AA batteries for you all. So I found a place that sells it. I just need to find out if they're legitimate before I share that information with you all. The other thing is pricing is the most expensive parts of pricing right now is usually your food. Now, your prepping stuff like your compass and your first aid kit's going up because too many people are buying them for prepping. So take that into account. Not many people are actually prepping with new TVs in their arsenals. They're like getting compasses, knives, can openers. A $4 can opener is going for like $13 because preppers are buying it. So technically we're going down the list here because of certain foods that I have in the preppers list for you, and I'll post the preppers list when I'm done. One is yeast. Yeast has gone up double, by the way. You say, oh, well, what's the yeast for? It's to make bread fresh. Eventually, you're not going to be able to want to go to the store to make bread, so you're going to need to make your bread at home. And sugar has gone up approximately 3 times. So basically, a 4 or 5 pound container is going for at least $15. So you got to ask yourself, why? Preppers are prepping. They're literally taking things like sugar and making jellies and jams. So you need to be prepped for that. And that's, 4 pounds, Another thing is maple syrup. I remember I told you I like pancakes. Maple syrup is doubled in price. Real maple syrup, not the Mrs. Butterworth or Aunt Jemima's. This stuff is the real deal, and it's doubled in price. The reason I think, and I'll get to the reason at the end, is because I think we're due for something big happening in the election. With 74 days until Election Day, that's a little over 2 months. 2 months and 14 days, so 2.5 months, we have to prep. The Higgins was asking me to watch a video, and I was like, I already watched it, so I was ahead of him because I was looking up some other stuff. Seasonings, cooking seasonings have went up. Bouillon went up double. So your average bouillon just doubled in price, by the way. Some places tripled in price. Certain items are luxury. The luxury items are literally hard. We're 1/4 of the way through the list for your preppers list. So we're looking over pricing tonight. I'm telling you, it is very expensive. Sorry, I'm sick, so I'm trying to eat this. I'm telling you, it's either my taste buds or this signature brand does not taste that good. I was going to buy a couple of cases of tomato soup before it goes out of stock.
I keep smelling something rotting. I gotta throw it. get the trash out.
Alright, so batteries, body soap and stuff, that's doubling. Bar soap, dish soap, etc. is doubling. Dish soap is doubled. Shaving cream, shaving gel is doubled. Ibuprofen, Tylenol, acetamin is tripled. So just be careful. Fishing lures, people are prepping fishing gear, so they're actually, the lures are double. So, did that just go up $100? No. Alright. Then you have other things that we won't even go into. Canning pots and canning jars went doubled. So instead of paying regular price, your canning stuff just doubled in price. So that's something we need to tackle. So another thing is cheese. If you get the right cheese, it could be long-term, so you might want long-term cheese that you can use. As long as you have homemade bread, you can make grilled cheese, or at least grilled cheese, buttered toast, or cheese toast, and then dip it in your soup. It's going to be trying times soon, I think. So, anywho, next up on the list is your water filtration. This one dropped 10%. This stayed the same. Portable TVs went up in price. Higgins was talking about that. A world band radio has been really good. If you get a basic radio, you can listen to the NOAA weather, etc., etc. But you want to make sure your one takes batteries. If you have one that's built-in rechargeable batteries, you're screwed because you don't have the charging ports to charge in case something happens. That's why I keep telling you to check on a scanner.
Oh, come on.
Next on the list is, like I said, radios, world band radios, first aid kits. Again, those are a must. Few books. You want to have a few books in your arsenal for prepping just in case something happens, And then coolers are the same. Cooler pricing are the same because you need to make sure you have 1 to 4 coolers, 4 preferably. Or if you have 2 family members, 2 coolers, 2 adults and 1 child, 3 coolers, and so forth. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Next on the list is ramen. You can get some ramen for a case. Some cases of ramen are $12 double. Some ramen is $6. So just make sure you know what you're doing. Toilet paper went up in price. Another thing I always tell you, and we're going to get to it as food, is canned stews went up in price again. So canned goods, preppers goods, think of it, unless you're starting to grab stuff. Time you decide to prep, it might be too late. Your panic buying might have just shot you down. And I wasn't talking to Chloe, I was talking to you, the viewers. Think of it. You panic buy during some thing that happens after the election and there's no food. You didn't prep for it. I was telling Chloe tonight. Funny story, by the way, talking about food for a second. I finally, I think it sat into that thick skull of hers. Thick, I say, it's not thin. Thin, it would went straight through. One ear and out the other. I think through her thick skull. I finally convinced her to prep. And not just prep. Buy the supplies on The other day I asked Chloe about, she likes anchovies and sardines. Jokingly aside, because you guys know my jokes about that. My joke is, oh God, why is it she likes sardines and anchovies? It's like Higgins' old boy liking kipper snacks for dinner, right? He ate some kipper tonight with a fork, of all things.
Anchovies are good.
I tried sardines and anchovies once. Didn't like them. Made me sick. I think it has to do with the fish flavor.
Yeah.
Some people can stomach it, I can't. So, basically, your beans have raised up again another $20 for a case. So think of it. Some of your beans have gone up between $7 and $20 for a half case. So a case is $24, a half case. So think of it. That's telling you right there. No inflation, right? Another thing people are saying, right? And I'll get to this in a minute, but we just looked over beans. Beans don't look good. Another thing you want to get is some cards. Now you can say, why would I invest in cards? Well, let's just put it this way. If the power goes out, you might need to get a few cards to play. Yeah. So you use 2 cans of milk total or 4?
2.
2, good. Teaching Chloe how to do soup, by the way, with milk, everyone. Takes some time. This is canned soup because I'm not in the mood to make rich, full soup. But whoever invented tomato soup, it's pretty damn tasty, so. Alright, that should be good for now. I'll take the rest in a minute. So basically, card games will help during power outages. Same with the books. Say there's a national thing and the power grid goes out after the elections or before the elections. Someone just throws the power in the country. See, this is something you need to prep everyone for. You got all these preppers in the world talking about this is going to happen, World War III, Civil War, whatever, right?
I wonder how come the power grid because my candidate didn't win. There was a
Son of a bitch.
I'm just making fun of someone.
Yes, I know. You're making fun of a retarded person if you're called a friend. Now listen, the seriousness is Chloe wants to sit here and attack an ex-friend of hers. I don't appreciate it on my channel for one reason. We're here to talk about something serious. Before the election, it doesn't matter about the election candidates. Let's just say all the primaries come back, everything looks good, and it's going to be a blue wave. The Republicans can't handle it, for example. They go and throw the switch to the entire country. Which means the voting machines, if you guys aren't paying attention here, don't work. But Chloe, she wants to sit there and think of something about her friend doing something. She doesn't realize no voting machines means no one votes. It means the current Congress stays in power until, you know. You see, back in the day, they had extra time before these voting machines came about, people. That's why I was talking about it, you know. By the way, bottled water, by the way, everyone, serious here, went up again between $7 and $25 a case, or half a case for some. Think of it. Price of water is going up. So, water is going through the roof. Luxury items that you usually use, like say for example, a electric razor that runs on 2 AA batteries like Braun or Wall Remington or even Norelco, they're the same price, but those are there if you have the batteries to use it. A lot of people are stockpiling those type of razors, so pricing's fluctuating, but they're also, make sure you have the replaceable blades. I just looked at a $20 razor that was $20 yesterday. It's now $45. So think of it. People are seeing that the electric things are running out of stock. So they're stockpiling whatever they can. Think this is the problem with the preppers. They don't just think about certain items they need. They need everything for prepping. So what is going on? Supply and demand. Supply is high, the demand is high, supply is low. Now, other items are the same price like smokers. Coffee went up $2. Other coffee went up $5. That just went up approximately $50 overnight. You see, when I talk about certain items, for example, cast iron. The reason cast iron sets are going through the roof between $20 and $50 or more for a cast iron set, meaning already seasoned, is because most people want it for prepping in case the power goes out. You have the Dutch oven, which you can make bread right there. Now, if the power doesn't go out well, but just say, for example, things aren't looking the way it's looking in 75 days, the government can turn around and declare martial law, too. Just, as long as the president uses his presidential powers, you got to think. So, other foods that I say, bucket foods, have gone down in price and, etc. Some stuff has gone up. Tea went down. Some items like emergency crackers with cheese, they went down in price. Condensed milk and evaporated milk has gone up $3. And then other things, mac and cheese, these mac and cheeses are going up $2 to $7 a box. So think of it. People are actually taking the mac and cheese for comfort. Those other things that I like, the goldfish crackers, everyone, they went up between $3 and $9 for a 6-pack. So when you sit there and you think, why? The truth isn't why, but how come? There we go. Got about 3 cups out of this. So I didn't do too bad. It's probably tasting because she didn't stir it all in the bottom, so there's a little burntness. But that's what happens when you have milk. She's learning. She's trying to be a inspired or perspiration cook. So the other thing is you got to look at the percolator. Percolators are going up in price because every prepper wants it for their coffee. And they're buying little filters too, which filters are getting out of hand. Prices going up because people are using the filters for everything from motor oil to filtering their coffee. Other things that went up in price is bunny food, dog food. Right now, the dog foods I recommended, only one type of dog food from Moppy. Everything else sold out. Price went up. So it says you can buy one bag for $56 or one bag for $36. And this is the $36 version is 14 pounds. Think of it, dog food. We're 2/3 the way down, by the way. Jerky, meat sticks, and beef sticks went up $2 on up. This is stuff you need to take into account. Pistachios doubled in price. Think of it. Doubled in price. People know that if you don't have a canned meat source for meat, they're going to start stockpiling all of the pistachios and walnuts and Brazil nuts and cashews and almonds and peanuts away for themselves for the protein. And as long as the beef sticks keep going up in price, people are realizing that is also a form of protein. Now, Chloe's sitting there, no offense, she's eating her dinner, okay? I gotta give you her opinion, okay? This is her opinion right now. She's literally, I'm not making fun of her. She's literally got her mouth hanging open going, oh my God, Rita's doing the nightly pricing. And she's literally blown away. You can see her body language. I mean, literally, that wasn't ladylike. When I do it, and I don't say excuse me either. But thing is, the scanners have gone up in price. People are starting to realize they will help. Peanuts have gone up in price. Double. Other things have tripled. Just looking at this here, this canned meat, right? This canned meat was $35 for 12. $35. I was like, cool. Now the supply and demand is $70 plus for 12. $70. How is this? Some meat right here. Another set of canned meat. $35 for 6. It went up. Look at this one. One can right here, supply and demand. One can of meat, canned meat. Pee-wee warned you guys about this. $40. This one, prime delivery, $50. 12 cans. Estimated delivery, January. Next one is other canned meats. Look at this. They just quadrupled this one. $30 for 3 cans of meat. Think of it. And then on top of that, this is why I keep telling you to prep. But you guys think everything's going to be gravy, but think of it. I don't want people beating down my door during a pandemic because you didn't prep. I mean, look. Money is going to be tight for everyone soon. Thank you for dinner, Chloe. You're welcome. See, Chloe does come in handy from time to time. Besides grocery shopping, she knows when I'm sick. She sometimes goes out of her way to go more. Because, when you're sick, you don't want to do much. So, that's why you try different soups out during sickness. That's another reason why I keep soups on hand. Holding it down is going to be a different story, and I'm talking about holding the soup down, so let's just continue. So basically, your canned meats. I mean, this is just the canned meats that I'm looking over. Double, triple price, quadruple in places. Some of them sold out. This one is save money if you buy it, but the wait list is October right now for this. I mean, who's got to wait till October? Mac and cheese, some of it's doubled, some of it's tripled. Some ramen stayed the same. Just got to know what you're buying. Coffee, some of this coffee sold out. 2/3 of the coffee in the country sold out. Powdered milk's going up in price. Some dehydrated foods have doubled in price. Scrambled egg mix went up about $2. Emergency beans, just the huge bucket of beans, the 5 or 6 gallon pail of beans, just went up again, $10. That went up another $20 for powdered milk. Some of this stuff you gotta look at. All-purpose flour, 6 buckets worth. This is 6 buckets of 6 gallons of flour, one up. Now, you can buy yourself a 25-pound bag of flour, but you have to put it in Ziploc bags and use it up pretty quickly. So, say Chloe went and bought 225 bags of flour for her prepping. As soon as she opens a bag, she's going to have to put it in Ziploc bags, date them, and hope like hell she doesn't stick them in the freezer and ruin it. So then she's going to have to spit every day in front of the Dutch oven if you have enough propane and Coleman fuel to keep the pot going just to make some beans. Say she had flour, right? And she had 50 pounds in it, right? Flour could be used for many cooking things, but let's just say she needs to make bread. She could be spending 8 hours a day just making bread. Or if she says, oh, we got blessed with some eggs, or she's got powdered eggs, she can turn around and use the powdered eggs to make cornbread or corn doggers. The thing is you got to think about that. What would you rather put your eggs to use? Cornbread? Yes. Deviled eggs? You just eat them up and you fart. Some of the other stuff, too expensive. Emergency food buckets going up. It depends on what type of dehydrated food, but we're just going to go through the list here. Powdered milk, powdered butter, that's going up in price again. Double sleeping bags are only good if you have 2 people. That'll keep you warm. Now, if it's just yourself, I recommend those Swiss Army tools I was talking about, they went the same price. The canvas tents went up in price. People are panicking on those. Lanterns are $5 up. Stoves sold out. Coleman stoves are all sold out. People are panic buying. Think of it. So unless you know where, like this one, we do not know when and if this item will be back in stock. Yeah, because everyone is sucking up these things. You see, the preppers know something's coming. They're either going to be taking back the government, knock on wood, it doesn't happen. Or if they do, we're going to be in a lot more trouble, so these people are already prepping. Personally, I'm surprised they just don't sell everything they own and end up going to Russia, for example. So, another thing that I need to tell you about prepping-wise is I will share a few other things. For example, I was reading some reviews today on, move this one to the preppers list. A couple items went into the preppers list by mistake, or my birthday list. I really don't want sardines as a birthday present. Sorry to say, my birthday list is okay. Pricing on certain luxury items have gone up. So just to let you know, it has gone up. So just to share with you. A lot of people say, oh, but I want to buy an electric bread maker. Okay, go for it. But when your bread maker is sitting collecting dust because you can't use it because you didn't buy the proper ingredients like a Dutch oven and stuff. I mean, we can only foretell that we might not lose power, but I'm giving you 3 different scenarios. Power goes out, you need the Dutch oven and a camping stove. Power goes out because of Russia, you need the Dutch oven and the camping stove to cook. Or China. Power goes out because of Civil War, World War III, or martial law or whatever. I mean, literally, we don't know. But there's another reason why things are going down the toilet. Alright, so one is the American people. There's 2 types of people. So the Republicans got donated $1.2 billion to win this election. To win. Fortunately, we don't know how it's going to play out. From the women's side of things, the women are going in full droves currently, and they're voting against their rights being taken. Trans are doing the same. Gays are doing the same. Lesbians are doing the same. All of them. Then you have other issues. Yeah. For example, you have to test out the waters. And that is what happens. What goes down the pipe. No one knows. So, when people sit there, I wonder why I didn't organize this by price. It said sort by price. Alright, so I did. So basically, these must be, that's why, because they're pretty much, some of these items are now being sold out, so that's the reason, sold out. We don't know when they're going to, see, this is the thing, people are looking at various things that I've said, scanners, food, etc., prices going through the roof. There's a lot of people out there that, see these things, and they're like, oh my god, so we have to be prepared for the worst. I mean, the government can turn around and declare martial law, and then you're screwed anyway. Look at it. It just depends on, what is what, So I was talking to someone about the 399 50-watt Midland radios, GSRM with license. And a lot of people are like, the LTX 600. Someone emailed me the other day going, this 600 great radios. I want to get the 8-pack. That'd be great. I can use them, etc., etc. And I'll use them all over the place. We can have my friends talking. If you have a big piece of property and your property is all open for miles upon miles, then these 600s right here would work well. But if you have a little town, obstructions, these will crap out to about 3/4 of a mile to a mile. So you got to be careful with it. So people are like, oh, well, what do you know? I know more than you guys. I'm testing these radios out. But I had Midland tell me I needed to buy certain things, but they also emailed me to tell me that if I needed to buy a special power plug to make one be a base station. So, it's not easy. So, anyways, the other thing on the list is electric shavers, for example, are going through the roof pricing. So many people are hearing about battery operated electric shavers, not the rechargeable ones. The rechargeable ones, they want the battery powered AA battery type thing. CB radios could or couldn't work. It just depends on what's going on, So, in my opinion, remember, price is going through the roof. Going through the roof like nothing. So, that's why I'm here tonight to tell you, get your stuff now. If you wait till September and you still are the government's going to take care of me, and then October comes, and then November, and then something hits the fan between October and November, you are literally screwed. There's preppers out there saying they're ready to take back their country before the elections. There's preppers out there ready to cause civil war. I don't condone it. There's always a peaceful way of doing things. Unless, of course, they try breaking into my house, then there is no peace. Or they try turning off my computer. Again, no peace. But my point is, check out yeah, Chloe's like doing a half-assed job of dishes, but anyways, check out the pricing. I mean, literally, Keystone meat went through the damn roof. I've never seen meat go through, how, so that is something I just wanted to share with you, so. Yeah, so. Yeah. So, a lot of people out there need to realize that they have to prep now before it's too late. Then it's over. I mean, it's better to prep for natural disasters and then have your mindset and be prepared for anything. I mean, if you don't, just rotate your food out and eat it. If you don't prep and something happens, yourself and your entire family goes hungry. Think about it. That's all I can tell you guys. It's up to you what you guys do. Pricing is going through the roof. Now you say to me, what's causing this? I'm glad you asked. You see, the whole power outage right before the election is just a theory. Just a theory to keep people from voting so they don't lose their beloved party. I mean, literally, it takes a lot. Now, nothing can happen, and they could let the election go ahead, and if the Republicans find out with their $1.2 billion donation that their money was useless because of it. I mean, look, the reason whoever donated that $1.2 billion, okay, this is just a hypothetical here, they were using that money to see we're going to pull out all the stops to make every Democrat look bad. But the Democrats are saying, look, we're here for pro-choice. We're here for this. We're here for that. We're here for this. So, what do they got? As soon as everything's done, they're going to codify things. Codify it. Yeah. Meanwhile, Donald Trump claims he's going to run in 2024. But what if the votes go and all that money, like the 1.2, is given to Republicans and they fail, and it's a blue wave? Then what? You're going to have a lot of pissed off Republican voters that might pick up arms in the name of democracy and say their democracy is violated because now that there's a blue wave, gun control, they're not going to give up their guns. They're going to die with their guns standing. Well, guess what? The women would rather have you give up your damn guns than for them to lose their ovaries and uterus to being, they can't remove them. They got to be baby poppers. So the women are fighting back. They say, your guns are important. Our birthrights are, our pro-choice is important. Since you don't want to give up your fucking guns, we'll fucking vote against you and fucking get rid of them anyways. I mean, think of it. All these women are the ones more in fear than men. Men, they're like, oh, yeah, someone tries something, I'll shoot them, blah, blah, blah. But truly, a woman's more afraid of a man hurting them with a knife, with a gun, with an assault rifle. A woman who's, let's just say, decides to choose motherhood, her right. And all of a sudden, her worst fears come true 5-6 years later, and a guy walks in and kills 50 people like in Sandy Hook or whatever. Then what? Then she's broken her kids, maybe scarred or dead. And then what? You turn around. Yeah. I don't condone violence, so the women are finally having enough of these men who say, well, our constitution, yeah. Well, if the states want to sit there and say, you're going to be a baby popper, the women can fucking give you men blue balls. You can go get serviced by a trans woman who would love you to stick your wieners in their inverted manhood. And then you might just be, and let them cook for you, clean for you, and be the subservient little wifey. Because the women who are saying, this is my body, this is my rules, I'm doing what I want, they're saying enough's enough. They'll go to a blue state, give you all blue balls, or find someone in that blue state and fall in love with, and divorce your ass because you're more clingy to your guns. Think of it. This could happen. This is why I'm prepping you people. I'm not sitting here to put fear in you. I'm saying your guns could be taken away. They could turn around and basically make a law in the Democratic Party that you will pay for child care. You will pay for sex changes. You will pay for the WIC program. You will pay in your taxes till the day they put you in the ground. You will pay and you will pay and you will pay. What if they turn around and said, oh, look, you know what the Republicans, you know why the Republicans should be pissed off about that whole Republican thing, and the whole, the whole thing about the $10,000 debt reduction for college? I'll tell you why. Anyone under $125,000 gets it. But, have you ever noticed, people? Out of the 125,000 or lower, it's pretty much the poor people. So the poor people are getting up to $10,000 wiped clean. And yet the Republicans don't like it because deep down the middle class got to pay for it. So the middle class is like not on our watch. But the middle class is still paying for their small to medium to extra large to extra triple, quadruple large taxes on their homes. They're paying for you to keep the baby poppers at home, keep the welfare coming, keep the free internet going. Think of the Republicans. The reason they want this to stop is because of the fucking handouts. Excuse me if I dropped an F-bomb there. But that's the truth. You turn around every day and you see people on the public dole wasting government money. It's like I told Zoe. EMS comes out. It's a waste of their time and my time. I'm not drunk and I didn't pass out. And when I did pass out, Chloe knows to leave me on the floor. I belched. Then I threw up, or as they call it in Australia, chundered. Passed out on the floor and was sleeping. Alcohol does hit you really fast. And the more you drink, the more you get sleepy. I mean, look, good night's sleep in the hospital at what cost? Could have left you in the bed. Now Chloe said she's paying the hospital bill. I'm not, because she called. It's her problem. So, back to the story. I'm not trying to put fear into him. I'm telling you, look at the options. World War III could happen. Civil War could happen. Civil War defeating. Could be red Republicans against blue Democrats. I call them blue-red because, we're a divided nation. Some people want things, some people don't. A lot of people out there that I've talked to say blacks don't have any rights. They're Hispanics. They're robots. They're slaves that should be slaves. And then the whites are afraid we will be slaves. So we need baby popping. We need to make it a law so they can have an abortion. But it's to save their own people. They would put in, only whites get free internet that's poor. Only whites would get Social Security. I mean, think of it. This is why the polls said recently the number one problem that they're afraid of is democracy. Women are going to the polls saying, I'm not letting my democracy be taken. I'm not going to allow my rights as pro-choice to be taken. I'm voting for everything that I want, even if it means my man gets blue balls and gets their guns taken away. The women are standing up. The women also want their kids to go to school without needing to worry about some gun-toting turd nugget. I mean, look, what are they going to ban? Ooh, the ARs. It doesn't mean that they're going to ban the 17 or 19 or 33 round Glocks. Now, if they did, what are they going to make it down? Oh, everyone's got to give up their 1911s, their Glocks, their XDs, their Springfield Armories, their semi-automatic pistols, and you all get revolvers. But then, something happens where a guy keeps reloading with full or half moon clips and speed loaders for the revolvers. Then what? They ban the revolver speed loaders. Or they say the American people cannot handle these revolvers because they're using powerful calibers. We're going to ban the 50s and the 454s, the 480s, the 44s, the 357s. Then you're down to maybe a 38. And then if they don't do that and there's still problems, well, we tried all this, we need to ban it, and we're going to give you a musket. Then everyone gets one shot. I mean, literally, that's the way they're going is they're slowly trying to get rid of those too, the antiques and everything. They want to ban a lot, and they're doing it differently. But our democracy, people are worried about democracy, they should. Because this isn't about what the Democrats want or the Republicans. Both parties has their own agenda. And me being neutral, I can say that democracy is number one. I mean, look what they're doing. They're unfolding this fairy tale story of Donald Trump trying to overthrow the government. Look, no one's going to truly know what goes on. Unless it's like in John Malkovich's head. In John Malkovich's head or whatever that show is. They're not going to make a TV show that's in Donald Trump's head. And you have 4 women going, I mean, literally, it'd be interesting like it. Herman's head. But instead, call it Donnie's head. And see, do some TV about what's inside Donald's head. Maybe the Oval Office, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. Have Alec Baldwin do it or something. I mean, come on, it was just a laughing joke. But honestly, there's so many so many options on the table. What can happen that you guys need to prep? I mean, look, preppers are saying something big's going to happen in September and November. Please prepare. Please. Because if it's too late, you won't be murdering the people that have food. So think about it, people. Think about it. Know it. Need it. Want it. Prep. As your life depends on it. It's not going to get any easier. It's going to get worse. And if you don't prep, I don't know what to tell you. So, we're going to be starting a new series soon about breaking down the tools you'll be needing for prepping. I'm going to do a offline video every day on the tools needed. Like, for example, this. This is called the Swiss Champ. It has every little tool in it. I don't have a Leatherman, but it's got your toothpicks, your ballpoint pen, your tweezers, your magnifying glass, can opener, screwdrivers, and so many different other tools. This tool, I've had this for 30 plus years. I think I had it like since I was 10. And this tool hasn't failed me yet. I'm going to talk about other tools. What you need and what you don't need. Now, if you're someone who's prepping, you might need to look into a basic tool set. Last time I checked, basic tool sets were sold out. Now, you can get one like Pee-wee got me. Bless her heart. I miss Pee-wee, by the way. And you got the hard case. The hard case has all your tools in it. It's like Star Trek. You carry it in, you open up, it's got like little things, screwdrivers and screwdriver holder, magnetic screwdriver. But if you are a person who is a serious prepper, and you might need to take in your prepping vehicle, you might want to keep in your prepper's vehicle a Craftsman Husky's 230 set tool set, which has your wrenches and everything else. Doesn't come with a hammer. Hammers are sold separately. I was going to get me a mallet, and see if I can actually mallet the damn wheel on my chair back together. So, also as a prepper, you need to think of other tools that you can use. Not just tools like this, but I'm talking about, what you need and what you don't need. I will be talking about a lot, but not tonight. Story time for you? Somehow he got in and found some paper towels. I don't even know how he got it. Another thing is, always keep butane ahead of time because lighters like this are refillable and they truly do work if you need to start a fire. Look at this. 3 burners. Sorry, Ebo. I do not want you to get close to the lighter. I don't want you burning yourself. Remember what I said, everyone. Canned meats, getting too expensive and getting too hard. Dog snacks, getting hard to get a hold of. So, that's one of the show's advantages I'll be talking about is more stuff about, prepping. And that means we're going to be talking about prepping with radios, scanners. Radios will include MERS, CB, ham, GMRS, and FRS. And frankly, unless you're using this with 2 or 3 or even a platoon of people, field checking after a earthquake, flash flood, and you're only a quarter to half mile apart from each other, you guys might be able to reach these. Otherwise, they are useless. Think about it. So, with that said, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful evening. So please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. Wholesome funny for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification. Hit the thumbs up button. And definitely subscribe if you wish. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. In the meantime, everyone, prep like your life depends on it. Thank you, and stay tuned for future videos about prepping.